Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. It's the Clark the Shark Spectacular Extravaganza. It's Gonzo here on the Sharky Show today. I'm just practicing, you guys, in case someday there's a real Sharkalama Ding Dong, a Sharkadoodle-Doo on WABC Radio New York coming down the pike. Who knows? You never know. Well, me, Sharky, I do really never know. But I know about Duke by Genesis, the album that I am going to review today for all of you right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the fabulous, incredible gold, not gold-plated, Sharkraphone. It's 98% solid gold and 2% nickel. I don't know why there's nickel in the Sharkraphone, you guys, but it's kind of like the Stanley Cup. It's like 90% silver, and then it's got like some nickel. And I don't know why, you guys, but me, Clark the Shark, the chosen one. A chosen one, you guys. Now, I don't know how many of you out there know about chosen ones, plural. There are many in the world, and they are dangerous people. These are people that, like me, Clark the Shark, I'm not even sure if I believe in God or Jesus or the Lord and all that stuff, but he believes in me. If there is a God, he really loves and cares about Shark, Clark the Shark, me, yours truly. I don't know if he cares about Duke by Genesis, but he just loves the Sharky, and he is tickled pink. Remember the story Job in the Bible, how both God and Satan torture Job, or Job, whatever his name was. I always get it confused with Steve Jobs. Job. Well, the guy, God messed with him, testing his faith. And of course, that's what God does with all of us right here in the Sharkulation. And of course, I do with all of you. For if you befall or in any way say or think anything bad about Clark the Shark, I am like Talking Tina. That doll, remember from the Twilight Zone? Your car will get towed away, or they'll find you with a shotgun across your chest in a greenhouse. Yeah, they will, you guys. Something bad will happen to you. Some people know it, and they're like, you know what? Don't even call Clark the Shark. It's bad luck. And then some people are like, we better check in with Clark the Shark and call him because I don't want anything bad to happen to me here in the Sharkulation. Everything controlled by Clark the Shark, because if I think something bad about you, it doesn't matter who you are. You could be the president of Iran and all his minions on a helicopter. I don't even know if Yahweh is God or Israel is the chosen people, but I know that Clark the Shark says, for some reason, according to DNA, do not mess with Israel. Don't bomb them. Don't even think bad about them. And yet Muslims keep doing that. And so me here in the Sharkulation, I'm like, okay, you're going to think bad about Israel. I don't even really care about Jews or Israel. I hope maybe Israel is there so like when Jesus comes back, he can reign over all Israel, you guys, or I don't even know if that's going to happen. But if it does, it was because of yours truly, Clark the Shark. And if you mess with that region, whether it's you, Joe Biden, or it used to be you, the president of Iran, now you're just gone, dude. I can't figure out a way to get Joe Biden. He'll just get himself with his dumb mouth, or maybe he'll fall down on a airplane stairs, or you guys, I'm just kidding. That was me that did it. I tripped Joe, made him fall right here on the Clark the Shark Show from the golden EIB Sharktacular phone. It's not a Sharkraphone or a microphone. It's a Sharktacular phone right here on the Howard Shark Show, WABC Radio, where every time Joe Biden falls down, it was me that did it. You didn't see me. I was invisible or maybe translucent or something. You could barely see me, but I tripped Joe. I had that girl's car towed away in Menifee. Yeah, that was me, baby. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And the guy in Iran, he's gone. And Blake Douchebag, he's gone in a greenhouse with a shotgun. And any of you out there who from Redondo Beach, Torrance at Newton School or South High or wherever, you better not pout. You better think right. Just like Bruce Springsteen's cover of that one song, Sharky's telling you right. Santa Shark is coming to town. And I am, you guys, with Duke by Genesis. 1980, you guys. Now, there are people who think this is the final great album by Genesis. I do and I don't. I'm like, you guys, it was, and then there was Shark, 1978. That was it. That was real Genesis. It was going kind of poppy too, like this one. But there was a lot of prog rock, proggy shit fucking happening all over that album, baby. The songs come off kind of thin and empty and plastic for Genesis. I mean, it's not as meaty as Wind and Wuthering was from 1976 or 77, I forget. But I know that Steve Hackett quit the band, and rather smartly, because he could see these guys were starting to fucking suck. And me, yours truly, Clark the Shark, I might have quit this band too. Or maybe not, right here on the Clark the Shark Show, Duke, Genesis. Now this album, it is the next one after, and then there was Shark, 1978. But it seems like this album is miles and miles away from that album, you guys. There is big progress made here, and yet Genesis kind of goes backwards here. And they get proggy again with these long instrumentals, or they seem long. There's a lot of technical playing all over this album, you guys. This is progressive rock. For the most part, although there are pop songs mixed in. There is so much difficult music here that if you're a fan of Yes or Emerson, Lake and Palmer or Pink Floyd or Jethro Tull or Eloy or Gentle Giant or Captain Beyond or The Who Quadrophenia, you might still love this album. And me, Clark the Shark, I have a love-hate relationship with this album. I hate the fact that they're going commercial, but I love the fact that they're trying to be prog again here, you guys. It is amazing at times, and at times you're just like, huh? What the fuck is this? 1-800-449-8255, the Shark-a-lemma ding-dong, Shark-a-doodle-doo, the most incredible show on talk radio, you guys. Now, I've moved a lot of my videos over here to a low scene channel because I was worried. I have 2 strikes on me now over at the Clark the Shark Show. And I've come over here to my wife's YouTube account. I had to, you guys. One more strike and all my videos are gone. It probably doesn't matter anyway. You know, the liberals will just delete you. They don't even know what they're doing. You know, they think if they bring in, you know, people from El Salvador and they make the rent go up, it'll ruin life for all the white trash, you know, Trump people. But all they end up doing is ruining their own life right here on the Clark the Shark Show. And they think, well, we're going to make it so only college degree people can survive or make a lot of money. We're going to get rid of all the subcontractors and make them suffer. And then lo and behold, they ain't got a guy now to fucking clean their swimming pool at a fair price. Isn't that great, Mr. or Mrs. or Miss Liberal? Look what the fuck you did with that AB 60, AB 5, Prop 22. You fucking guys try everything. Nothing works. Right here on the Clark the Shark Show, because as we all know, it's a sharkulation. and JFK Jr. would have been president, and I blew it there when I had him destroyed in that aircraft, along with that pretty wife of his, because he would have been better than Barack Hussein Obama was, right here on the Clark the Shark Show. But as we know, I just like to torture myself, with Green Day and Blink 182 and Obama and Ellen and all this shit, the Kardashians, that I do because I love self-torture here on the Clark the Shark Show, as much as I love, or even more than, I care for victory. But Duke, Genesis, this album is a victory in a way, and in a way, maybe not, you guys. There's, Mike Rutherford and Phil on the Duke tour. Rutherford's always playing a double something, a guitar and a bass, or, it's always got to be a double neck or a triple neck. Side one, Behind the Lines. Now, this album starts out like, whoa, these guys are, they're prog rock again or something. They're like, they got these cool, killer fucking instrumentals. Like, da da da, do do do, I do 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 do. It's kind of pop, it's kind of prog. Behind the Lines and Duchess, you're like, wow. I love the beginning of this album. Melodic prog rock, and for the most part, it all sounds original. They're coming up with shit out of thin air here. Tony Banks on keyboards, awesome. And then Rutherford, I hate to say this, but he covers for Steve Hackett pretty well here, you guys. I do miss that Hackett guitar on these two albums. And then there was Shark, 1978, and this one. But in a lot of ways, I like it still. I love it. I don't know if I love it, but I tolerate it. It's Genesis or something, or it's so interesting. It's like it's more interesting than good, or, it's good enough, kind of interesting and good. But I love the way this starts. Behind the Lines and Duchess, instrumentals and shit, and interesting stuff. Guide vocal, the little beautiful melody with Phil is like, I am the one who guided Shark this far. All Shark sees and all Shark knows is a Sharkulation for all of you out there. There's nothing that any of you can do. And Sharky knows it too, and you better be damned. Guide vocal, awesome, you guys. And Man of Our Times, dude, I fucking love Man of Our Times. Weird drum beats. This is even weirder than And Then There Were Three, you guys. The way this album starts is more interesting than weird, but more weird than interesting or something. I mean, it is locked in here, you guys, with a perfect blend of something. But then it all falls apart on track 5, where Phil is like this white soul, and he's like, well, I wanted to be like Toto, love isn't always on time. It doesn't sound like that, you guys. Misunderstanding. It almost sounds like it rips off Sly and the Family Stone, what's that song like? Do 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 hi hi hi. It's white soul the way you hate it or something, but then you kind of like it. The very poppy, catchy Misunderstanding, sort of like Follow You, Follow Me. You're like, uh-oh, Genesis has 2 hit songs here all of a sudden for the radio. And then, of course, Heathays or Hethays, they get back into that good shit that you like, or, you might even be bored and hate it, but I like it, you guys. I like 5 of these 6 first songs. Misunderstanding, I have to like it or tolerate it or accept it, or whatever. It's part of Genesis Duke. I can't hate it that much. But I fucking hate it in ways, and I like it in ways. When I hear it on the radio, I start like tapping my fingers, tapping my feet. I'm like, yeah, there must be some misunder Sharky. Woo! You know, I don't know, you guys. It's a misunderstanding. It's like the way you guys are all looking at me. It's a misunder Sharky. You just don't get me, and I just don't get you, and we just don't hit it off on all cylinders. But side two, turn it on again, Sharky. Now, a lot of people hate this song. They're like, this is boring. But if you really listen to this, it's weird. The beat is not as 4/4 as you think. It's prog rock. It's all fucked up and weird. And yet, there's something about Turn It On Again that you just fucking hate. I will admit it. And yet you like it. You might even love it or something. And I don't know, you guys. I'll let you be the judge. Turn it on, turn Shark on again. But Alone Again Tonight tries to be a hit but isn't, and it fails brilliantly. I kind of like Alone Again Tonight because that describes my life, or at least it used to. Before I was married, you know, it was just a lonely cup of tea or Diet Coke and watching Seinfeld or, you know, something, or Frasier, you know, or one of those shows at night. Oh, Shark's alone tonight, alone again tonight. It should have been a hit, you guys. That's a good song for a hit song. It's a shitty song for, you know, meat and potatoes type music or prog. But as far as hit songs go, Alone Tonight should have been one. I don't know why it isn't. I think the radio was too busy with Turn It On Again and Misunderstanding. But Cul-de-sac is awesome. I love it. Prog rock, melodic, atmospheric, textured. Tony Banks on keyboards at his greatest and best. Almost seems like a song that could have and should have been on And Then There Were Three. Maybe, maybe not. Interesting. Cul-de-sac. I love that song. Best song on the whole album, you guys. Or maybe not in your opinion. But certainly the best on side two. Please Don't Ask could have and should have been a hit, you guys. A Phil Collins, nice little song there. It might